I've got a little girl. She's 14 years old, and she's a Havanese. And do dogs get Alzheimer's? Do they get dementia? Because I think she's got it.
Absolutely, 100%. So do cats and so do horses. As we all age, things change. And it's a great question, by the way, because so many calls over the years, people have called me with a dog or a cat that all of a sudden their behavior changed, or they're starting to have accidents in the house, or they're starting to bark more. Sometimes it's due to physical conditions, but very often I've worked with so many dogs and have witnessed so many dogs suffering with dementia or a form of Alzheimer's. Now, there are medications that vets do have on the market. You'd have to have that conversation with him. But in answer to your question, for those people that think they've been living, sometimes it's hard to admit our dogs are getting older, and we don't want to think that they're changing physically or emotionally. But you know what? We're changing physically and emotionally, and as we age, so do our pets. And very often, the same mental and emotional things that plague us plague our pets, such as dementia, such as Alzheimer's. So absolutely right on. Hug her and kiss her every day, and just be a little bit more careful when you're watching her, and you should be fine.
Yeah, she's getting up in the middle of the night now. I have to confine her to the kitchen because she doesn't have control anymore of herself. So I confine her to the kitchen, and between 2 and 4 a.m., the whining starts and then the barking starts. And I have to come downstairs, and I put my hand on her head, and she goes back to sleep.
What time do you feed her last meal?
Usually around noon. I usually
in the afternoon?
Around noon, and that gives her time to go outside and play. You
only feed her once a day?
Yeah, but I do give her a little bit of canned dog food snack.
Yeah. Let's do this, okay? Let's do this. What time do you go to sleep?
Usually about 9 o'clock.
Oh, gosh, man. Party. What I want you to do, VJ, here's what I want you to do. I want you to give her a little extra food. She's going in the house at 15 years old. God bless her. Walk around with a mop. That's all I got to say. But there are medications on the market. I want you to have a conversation with the vet as well. But what I would do at this point is maybe if you go to sleep at 9, maybe around 7 o'clock at night, give her some food. Not a whole lot, but some food. Full belly makes us all sleep a lot better. I think that would be really beneficial to you. And putting on some calm music. I know that sounds a little eccentric to people, but calm music soothes the savage beast. So I would put on some calm music, little Enya, burn a candle, and I'm still upset. But anyway, it works for most people. With the dog, that's what I would do, though. Seriously, I would give her a little extra feeding at night. If you can take her out a little bit longer, maybe just before you go to sleep, and that should help. And if it doesn't, give her a hug and a kiss every day, and just bless every day you have her.
Yeah. That's about all I can do. I know that. In the beginning, it was very difficult because I wasn't sure what she needed. And actually, she didn't know what she needed. The petting didn't help, and the consoling didn't help. But now we've got it down to a routine. So between 2 and 4, I know I'm going to get that call.
Has anyone checked her hearing?
No, I'm not terribly big on taking her to the vet for everything.
Okay, but no, in other words, 15 years old, there's a really good possibility that her hearing is not what it should be. Very often when they wake up at night and they bark, they don't hear the bark is the same. It's almost like another dog's barking, and we'll make them bark a little bit more until they get comforted. So that's where your petting on the head comes into play at this point. Give her a hug, give her a kiss, tell her to go back to sleep, and I think that's what you need to do at this point. And if you don't want to go to if you want to go to the vet, there are some medications out there, but at this point, if this is what you want to do, give her a hug and a kiss every night, and just thank every day you have her, VJ.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention, we do have a backyard that's constantly attacked by coyotes. We have coyotes continually.
Yeah.
And so I've got to be with her every second, and I don't love going out in the dark with her in the backyard.
You know, it's interesting, but a few years back, I believe God created electricity so you could put lights in the backyard. That's
yeah.
Listen, I live in Arizona now, okay? And I'm in an area that's surrounded by mountains and woods. And when I tell you, if a day goes by where I don't see a minimum of 5 to 7 coyotes, it's not a typical day. I have 2 little dogs. Yes, I have a fenced-in yard, but even when we take them out, obviously I always have that air horn in my pocket. And when they're in my yard, I'm with them 24 when they're out there. They're never out there by themselves. I always had special bright lights put up for them. So have some bright lights put up. Also, what you can do as well is, again, you can get one of those air horns you hear me talk about. I'm not pushing them because I make a penny on each air horn, but they're available at thepetshow.com. Right now, I think they're on sale, and they are on sale. So check those out.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I use a lid, a pot lid.
No, the air horns, the pitch of the air horns is much, the coyotes would respond, not 100%. So go to thepetshow.com. That's my website, thepetshow.com. They come in 2 different sizes now. I think here, I'm going to read the sale. It's 15% off 1, 20% off 2, 25% off 3. So check out at thepetshow.com. Everyone who has a dog that goes for a walk needs these air horns.
Yeah, good idea. Very
anyway,
good idea,
I forgot to ask, what's your dog's name? Give Gigi. I wish I had $1 for every French poodle I trained named Gigi. Give Gigi a big hug and a big kiss, and keep listening to the show, VJ.
Thank you. I have for years. I appreciate your help. Thank you much, Warren.
You have a great day.